Welcome to the podcast Risk Intelligence with your host, Karen Adamsbaum. She will be sharing her knowledge on common insurance questions, coverage explanations, claim scenarios, and interviews with brokers, clients, and colleagues to discuss various topics in the insurance industry.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of my podcast called Risk Intelligence. Today I'm doing something different, and basically what I'm doing is I am sitting across the table from Tatiana Gust. Tatiana Gust is the owner of Elite Permitting of Southwest Florida. And she has many different divisions of her company. And basically, I'm going to have her talk about what it is that her company does in the permitting world. So welcome, Tatiana.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for having me here today. And yes, so let me tell you a little bit about Elite Permits and what we do. I started over 10 years ago. We're going to be 13 years this year, and we just started the company to help builders go through the permitting process a little bit easier. It's just I was inside a building department, and I saw all this disconnect and builders getting rejected over and over. So I said, okay, I have this vision that I can help the builders get through. And not always get it through without any issues, but at least I help to go smoother. The builder doesn't have to be stressed or worried about all those comments. My background is in the building code, so I enjoy having those conversations with the local building departments and try to help them get through.
Well, I will say, what I do know about the permitting industry is that there are many building departments and many building departments within jurisdictions, and each one has different guidelines and different rules. So how is it that you're able to manage that and know all the nuances with all the jurisdictions?
All right, I do not know all the nuances with everybody, but in the area that where we work, we get to know what they like or how they like it. So basically, we anticipate and fill out the forms the way they like, prepare the documentation the way they like it, and in general, our job is mostly ensure consistency between the documents and the plans. A lot of the rejections just because the documents don't match. An address may be a little bit different. The building code reference is different. So we try to do those check and balances for each different building department. Now, we have a state code, and you will think, okay, state code, the same rules applies everywhere. Well, that's not the case. And one of my dreams is that someday the local building departments will have one application throughout the state. Every municipality uses the same inspection codes. So make it simpler for the builder. And if you have one municipality next to each other, bordering each other, one has, for the same inspection, they do it in 3 steps. The one adjacent does it in 1. So when a builder works in those 2 municipalities, there is more chances for missing an inspection because they're used to one or the other, or a lot of them work in more than 2 or 3. So it's hard for them to keep up.
There's got to be, like you said, there's just so many different steps. You had given the example, one had 3, and then the other one had 1. So just to keep up with it all. And you have a podcast, is that right?
Yes. My podcast is called Constructive Conversations with Tatiana, and we try to share information, same like we're doing now, about construction, what we do, little tips and ideas that will help the builders or associations with the builder to have I like to say we're going to build better together.
Yes, you do say that. That is your tagline. And one of the reasons, what I do want to let everybody know is how we met.
Oof, this was through
through
brothers.
Yes, it was through, he is the conduit, right?
Yes, he's like
and I remember going out to dinner.
Yeah.
Right? It was just the four of us.
Yes.
Right?
It was a while ago.
Yeah. And what has happened is every time we go to these events, we see each other.
Yeah.
And we've gotten closer and such. So with myself, I do have this podcast, and that's what kind of intrigued you to do your own. And you know what? It's the easiest way for me to talk about insurance in the easiest, simplest way, because insurance is it's not that it's complicated. It's just the words that are used in the insurance industry are not everyday words. So when you're trying to explain it to somebody who's not using that vocabulary, it could become that much more confusing. So what risk intelligence is I break it down. Instead of using the word liability, maybe I'll use a different word. This way everybody can understand what it is, what insurance is all about and why you need it and such.
And that's what I like talking to you, because you were able to explain to me a number of things. I'm in business. I have to have insurance. And some of my clients ask me these strange things that I don't understand. And to be honest with you, I was like, all right, that's not my lane. I want to be in the building code lane.
Right.
And so it's important to me to have somebody that I can rely on and explain to me what these old insurance jargon mean, because I do not know what they are.
Right. And sometimes you'll even get requests, and the people who are requesting it don't know what they're asking for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So and you just you got to stay in your lane, like you said. You got to stay in your lane, and we're all here to help each other and such.
So I think the important thing is that you have a good insurance agent that can explain to you what everything means, because you don't want to have an agent that just sells you something because somebody asked you for it. I like my agent to say, okay, why do you need that for? Oh, yeah, you do need it, or no, you really don't.
Right. Yeah, you have to say to yourself, okay, what is your exposure?
Right.
What is your exposure? And then you're just going to ask a lot of questions. And if you're based on your answer, if you don't have exposure in that area, why would you need coverage for that area?
Right.
So that's the key here. But it's not just I'm the front person, but I also have a team behind me, and they're the underwriters. And the underwriters actually work for the insurance companies. So they're the ones who will zoom in and say, okay, yep, this is our exposure. These are the policies that we need.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you one little thing that being a business owner, it was important to me. I never thought I was going to get into a lawsuit or anything, and yet we did get pulled into something that we didn't even have anything to do, but we got pulled in.
Yep.
And that first time was so nerve-wracking. But the fact that I had insurance, at the end it was, okay, I could do that. My insurance covered. I was covered.
What's key is what people don't realize is that insurance is not to protect you from the fire. It's not to protect you if somebody hits you while they're driving. It's not to protect you if a tree falls on your house. Insurance is also about legal defense. People don't realize that. You are actually getting a legal team behind you to help you fight your case. And that legal cost is all part of the insurance policy. And people don't, and that's like huge. That's a huge component. So when you're paying $10,000 a year for your insurance premium, yes, $10,000 a year may be a lot. However, if, God forbid, you were in a situation and you needed legal defense, I'll tell you right now, $10,000 is going to be in a blink of an eye.
Oh, yeah. I know that.
Right. So, but it's hard. I get it. I'm a business owner too, and you're like, ooh, you got to pay this money for this insurance, and we're all in the same boat, whether it's personal or business.
Yeah.
Same thing with auto for me. I hear it from my clients. Oh, premium's up. Well, guess what? It's up for me too. Just because I'm in the insurance industry doesn't mean I get like a Kohl's coupon and get a discount. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
So, well, you know what, Tatiana? I think both of us, we're definitely women entrepreneurs, and I know that we're both very passionate about our careers, and we definitely just want to help others in our industry and make things easier. So I see a long future ahead of us.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So, well, thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and thanks again for listening.
Thanks for listening to the podcast Risk Intelligence. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and connect on LinkedIn by doing a search on Karen Adamsbaum.